Good afternoon, students. Today I want to continue with our lesson on dimensional analysis. You just heard my podcast about the racehorse Secretariat. I told you that Secretariat broke records in both the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont Stakes on his way to winning the Triple Crown. I thought it'd be interesting to use dimensional analysis to find out Secretariat's rate of speed in miles per hour for each of the two races and then compare the rates. First, let's take a look at Secretariat's times in each of those two races. In the Kentucky Derby, Secretariat ran 1 1/4 miles in 1 minute 59 2/5 seconds. In the Belmont Stakes, he ran 1 1/2 miles in 2 minutes and 24 seconds flat. What I want to do first is take his time in the Kentucky Derby in miles per this time and convert it to miles per hour. So let's go ahead and do that first. Let's go to the page. Now, we said his rate of speed was 1 1/4 miles in 1 minute 59 2/5 seconds. What we need to do is we're going to rate 1 1/4 miles as a decimal. So that would be 1.25. And let's write our units, miles over, we're going to write it as a rate, and 1 minute 59 2/5 seconds. Now we need to change that to seconds, all seconds. So 1 minute 59 2/5 seconds is the same as 119 4/10 seconds. We need to convert this rate to miles per hour. So let's go ahead and write over here exactly what our units need to be at the end. That'll help us decide what unit conversion factors that we need to multiply by. So we're going to end up with miles per hour in our answer. First of all, we look at our miles here, we see miles over here. We don't have to multiply it by any unit conversion factors that changes our miles. We do need to multiply by a conversion factor that changes our seconds to hours. Now we know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute and 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now we could multiply by 2 conversion factors, but let's go ahead and just figure out how many seconds there are in 1 hour, and then we'll just multiply by 1 unit conversion factor. Well, if there's 60 seconds in 1 minute, 60 minutes in 1 hour, that means that there's 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. So what we need to do is we need to multiply this by 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. Now, once I get to this point, I like to cancel out any units that I can. If I see a unit on top and on the bottom, I'm going to put a slash through that, cancel it out, see what units I'm left with. So I'm going to put a slash through my seconds here. I got seconds on bottom, seconds on top. Now that leaves me with miles per hour. Looking at my answer, that's what I need to have, miles per hour. So all we need to do now is just multiply top numbers. 1 25 100ths times 3,600 seconds gives us 4,500 miles over 119 4/10 times 1, so 119 4/10, and that's going to be hours. Now, we don't want to know how many miles in 119 4/10 hours. We want to know how many miles per hour per 1 hour. So all it is now is a matter of dividing 4,500 by 119 4/10, and that'll give us, rounding to the nearest tenth, that'll be 37 7/10 miles per hour. So this is his rate of speed in miles per hour, and that's for the Kentucky Derby. There we go. Okay, let's do the same thing that we did here for his rate of speed in the Belmont Stakes. His rate in the Belmont Stakes, he ran 1.5 miles, which I'll change to a decimal, 1 5/10 miles. And he ran that in 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Changing 2 minutes and 24 seconds to all seconds gives us 144 seconds. Now, same thing here. We want to end up with miles per hour. So I'm going to just write that over here, just as a reminder. I'm going to multiply this by unit conversion factor. It'll change our seconds to hours again. And as we found out, there are 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. Cancel out my units of seconds, leaves me with miles per hour, which is what I need. So I'm in good shape. Now all I have to do is multiply 1 5/10 times 3,600. Gives me a grand total of 5,400 miles over 144 times 1, so 144 hours. Same thing here. We don't want to know how many miles he ran in 144 hours. We need to know how many miles he ran in 1 hour. So it's just a matter of dividing our top and bottom number by 144. And that comes out to 37 5/10 miles per hour. So this is our Belmont Stakes time. Now, if we recall, Kentucky Derby, 37 7/10. Belmont Stakes, 37 5/10. So Kentucky Derby, 37 7/10 miles per hour. Belmont Stakes, 37 5/10 miles per hour. So you can see that his rate of speed is very, very close, only 0.2 of a mile per hour off.